Now let's go over some of the ingredients. We got cornstarch, which is 2 teaspoons, and we got lemon juice, which is 1 tablespoon. And those of you guys that are new to my channel, you notice that every time I pick up an ingredient, you'll see the name of it along with the quantity. And also, if you look down in the description box below, I put a printable copy down there for the ingredients, with the list and the quantities there also. So moving along, look, we got vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. Listen, super simple. And this right here is just for our filling. Don't forget. Now listen, I'm in Texas. And they say everything is bigger in Texas, but check this out right here. Look how big these peaches are. Huge. And got these at the local HEB grocery store out here. Hey, listen, they're going to be greatly missed when I go home. All right. And this right here is my 8-quart, pot. Listen, I'm going to show you guys a pro tip on how to peel those peaches. You know what? We're going to put water in that and we're going to boil it. And this right here is what we're going to bake it in. That's my 13 by 9, glass Pyrex, baking dish. So, and it came with a lid. Hey, those are cool too. Then you got to have a bowl. Listen, because we're going to put all those ingredients you see right there into that bowl. Now, get your water in your pot, get it boiling. Now, listen, the recipe says 8. Listen, that's 8 normal size peaches, but as big as these peaches are right here, you know what? I just went ahead and just used 5. I knew that would just be enough. So here's a pro tip. Put them in the hot boiling water. You want to boil them for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then you want to cut that if you cut that little plus on the bottom of it, that's where you can start peeling it from. Makes it a little bit easier. Now, after sitting in that boiling water for about 1 minute, you want to go ahead and take them out. If you look at that bowl over there, my ice is melting because I didn't have a lot of ice, but you want to put them in ice cold water to stop them from cooking. Just super simple. Get them in the water so they'll stop, and then it comes, then we got to go ahead and start peeling them. Now I'm gonna show you just how easy it is once you get them boiled. Now go ahead and take them out of that cold water. You can see right there, look, everywhere I touch, it's starting to peel. And remember that little plus that we cut? Look how easy this is to peel. So listen, this part is self-explanatory. Go ahead, just peel it. And then when you're done, go ahead and get your knife. I know it looks like I'm cutting towards myself, but don't forget, peaches got that big giant seed. Just go ahead and cut it all the way around and then separate it. Then you want to take the seed out, and then you want to cut them into slices. You know what? This part right here is just, hey, this is for the people that have never ever made it, from scratch. Now you get to see just how easy it is. And there you go. That's 5 peaches, y'all. That's how big they were. Filled up that whole glass bowl. Now, what we want to do is we moving on to the next thing. Listen, when I was looking at that and then looking at my ingredients, I went ahead and transferred them into that bigger bowl. So now we want to put all of our dry ingredients, all of our ingredients, period. We want to put them in super easy. Now, let me just say this. This is key. I'm making this and giving this to somebody who doesn't like a lot of sweets, So I reduced it. So when I said a 1/4 cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of the white sugar and the brown sugar, that's because I was cutting back. My suggestion would be, when I make it, I use 3/4 of a cup of each, but I would ask you guys just to go ahead and try it with, using a 1/2 cup of each of the sugars. Everything else stays the same. Now, just go ahead and put everything in there. Get yourself a spatula. Once you got, all your ingredients in there, then you just want to roll it over. And be delicate, because you know what, these peaches, you don't want to mush them. So listen, the sugars right here, listen, they pull all the juices out. And this is not going to be as juicy as normal because I didn't put as much sugar as I normally do. But this right here is it still was, amazing. I got to tell you that. That's a spoiler alert. I'm doing a voiceover. I've already tasted it. You know what I mean? And I set aside something for myself. So anyway, look, then after that, you want to transfer everything, get all your juice and everything, transfer it into your baking dish. And then we're going to put it in the oven. Check this out. We're going to put it in the oven at 425 degrees, uncovered. And we're going to bake them for about 13 minutes. And the reason I use that number, you know what? Every oven is different. This one here, where I'm using at this condo, it cooks fast. Now, let's move over to the cobbler topping. This is what you got to have. All of these ingredients right here. You know what I did was went ahead and separated it so everybody could just see it. And then you got the baking powder. Okay, 1 teaspoon. And then after that, you know what? I like to use a whisk. You know what? Keep it old school, y'all. I know we're going to use a fork. Hey, now listen, unsalted butter. And like I said, look, I cut back on the sugar and I use unsalted butter. You know what I mean? But you can use regular butter also and then more sugar. All right, so now I put all your ingredients in here. We're going to whisk it together. Now, once we got all our ingredients in the bowl, we're going to go ahead and whisk everything together. And then when we get through whisking it together, we're going to move over to the next step. Now, remember, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. So, as you can see, blending it very well. Now we want to move over to our butter. That's 6 tablespoons. So what you want to do is, I broke them all the way up into each tablespoon. Just go ahead and put them in there. It kind of like got soft, but I like to use it kind of sort of like how it comes out of the refrigerator. Not too hard, but just a little bit of, a little soft. Because listen, we finna use our hands, folks. We finna, mix this together. There it is, that big hand right there. Now we just finna get it and mix it with our dry ingredients. And then when we're done, it should look like that. And then after that, listen, we want to get ourselves a 1/4 cup of water. We want it to be boiling. So I put it in the microwave and I boiled it. This is what you're gonna see when it comes out. There it is right there. That's a 1/4 cup. What you want to do is introduce that to your, your butter and dry ingredient mix. But listen, this is our topping. So you just want to go ahead and a little bit at a time. Hey, listen, folks, it's always better to use a little bit than to put too much in there at a time. You know what I mean? So we just want to put a little bit at a time, and you'll see how it's working. As long as it's hot, that's what you get right there. Look, just keep working it around, working it around, working it around. This probably would have been better if I would have had a metal whisk, but this was cool because even using this right here, it's easier to get the dough out of the whisk. So just keep moving it around, and that's the consistency you want. That's why I showed this, so everybody can just see. That's what you want to get right there. Look, just like some Play-Doh type, material. There you go. So now take that. After you come out of the oven, look, 13 minutes later, this is what you got. Now just go ahead and break yourself some. I made it sort of thick. You guys can make it flat, however you want to do it. Don't forget, when you put it back in the oven, it's going to rise, it's going to spread, and go from there. Now, if you look up at the top, you see that bowl where that arrow is right there? Listen, that's a sugar and cinnamon blend. Now, when I bring it closer, you'll get the chance to see what it is. Look, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of that white sugar. Once you mix it together, that's all I did was just take my whisk and whisk it together. Now, just sprinkle it, right over the top. This is where you're going to get that little sweet, it adds that little, that nice crunchy, sweet texture to the top. So go ahead and just sprinkle that all over, however you would like to do it. I try to keep it, make it uniform, real even. And then we're going to go into the oven. Now, once you're done, sprinkling your topping on top right there, then you want to go in the oven. Listen, we're going to put it in there from either 25 minutes to 35 minutes. And listen, I do not cover it. No covering. It's up to you if you want to cover it, but if you ask me, I tell you, do not cover it, and then we go from there. And then when you're done, that's what we get right there. This is me putting it in, knowing that it usually takes about 32 minutes, and then it was a little dark, but I can tell you this, if I look at this right here, now watch how I hit it right there. That right there is ooh-wee. That right there, listen, that's 100% of goodness right there. It's hard for me to even, can you guys hear it in my voice? It's hard to even do this voiceover right now. And there you have it. That's a traditional peach cobbler. And if you guys been watching me, I like to have myself a tall, ice cold glass of milk. Hey, and with that being said, you really know we got to have that scoop of that ice cream right there. Now I'm being generous, but there you go, you guys. You know what? That's that peach cobbler. It's Soul Food Sunday. And you know what? I got to tell you guys, good luck. So tell me what you guys think about this one here. This is a more traditional, like OG peach cobbler. Look, no bottom crust, the toppings on the top. So this right here is just, truly, a traditional peach cobbler. Now, don't forget, leave a comment down below. Hey, with that being said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and say this. Listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just say thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And all of you guys have been here before, you know how I'm going to end it. Hey, I'm out of here. Peace.